This podcast is part of the Loosely Connected Network. Visit www.thelooselyconnected.com for more great podcast networks, Twitch streams, YouTube channels, and more.
All right, Loot Crate. You want to describe it, or you want me to?
No, I'll let you describe it.
Okay. Loot Crate is a crate that gets delivered right to your door. What you get is a surprise until you open it. It's like getting an awesome birthday present from a friend every month, except this is every month from a company that you pay for, and it's not free.
Yeah, it's not free. Except you pay for your own birthday present.
Yeah. So
now I'm just imagining like, hey Tony, it's my birthday tomorrow. Here's some money. Can you buy me something?
Yeah, so it's funny on their website they have like Loot Crate is delivered every month, and then they have like these boxes of what the months of the year are, and it tells you which month they deliver on, and it's every month. So it's like January, February, March, April. Thank you for letting me know what the months are. So they say if you don't like the theme, you could actually skip any crate. There is a friendly customer support, and canceling is easy. No phone calls required.
If you skip a crate, wouldn't you lose money? Because it's a monthly subscription, right?
Yeah, I think it rolls over for the next one.
Okay.
I think that would be a very bad business idea if they said you can skip whichever one you want, but we're not going to refund you.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, because it's October, it's Halloween. So the theme this month is cursed. So haunted by dark spirits and evil creatures. Sorry, but it sounds like you've been cursed. Fight back against your regrettable fate with an exclusive collection of accursed gear. So the stuff. Oh, that's weird. So the stuff this month is American Horror Story, makes sense. Evil Dead 2, makes sense. Gremlins, makes sense. And then Attack on Titan. I don't know why Attack on Titan is on here.
I guess there's a curse involved with something. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, so I don't know.
But you know part of the story, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really counting as a curse. Yeah, whatever. Know. Okay, well... If you guys want to use a promo code to get 10% off, use a promo code NTFTTPod when you register or subscribe to Loot Crate. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay, on with the show.
I love the power of love.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the power of love.
No time for time travel.
All right. Welcome to the No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are a podcast for nerds by nerds. My name is Tony, and joining me this week all the way from Sweden is Kwak.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, yeah, and we talked about this. That's not a Swedish accent.
No.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay.
Really stupid.
So we are a podcast where we take suggestions from you guys, and we discuss it as our topic of the episode. This week, the Talking Crass podcast, fellow member of the Loosely Connected Network, they requested that we talk about our favorite horror video games. But I think generalizing it a little bit, because I know that you haven't really played much horror video games, we could just talk about like maybe our favorite scary moments from video games, I guess, or times that we thought it was scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, like the first time you saw Dr. Wily, I don't know. Yeah, but before we get to that, how you been doing?
Good. I don't remember the last time we talked.
I know.
When was that? When was the last time we needed to catch up about?
Man, it was like before you left to did you go to Berlin? Wait.
I went to Berlin.
Yeah, it was before you left to Berlin, I think.
Okay. And then, so I guess within that time, I went to Berlin and you went to Japan.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Berlin was pretty cool. It was kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It had a lot of history. It was a city with a lot of history. Mm-hmm. And I was mostly there just to visit my friend because he said he was going to show me around and he lived there. And for the most part of my trip, I was actually helping him put up wallpaper on his new apartment.
It's funny that you were in Berlin and helping with a wall, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The irony of that. But yeah, I was just there to just help him put up wallpaper, and then because then he was moving out and into his new apartment during that week that I was in. Mm-hmm. So I helped him like for a few hours in the morning, afternoon, and then he he would just take me out to places that I wanted to go and show me other places.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool environment. Definitely, I saw that they had a lot of cheap food compared to Stockholm and the Donair. So I'm like, oh my god, food is so cheap. Like, you know how like at restaurant or like just any food places, you see a sign or a billboard or whatever, or a sign with a food advertising where it is. So I ordered one, but it came out to be the same scale as the sign. I'm like, oh, this is big. And this is cheap.
Like those pictures are actual size?
Yeah. So I was like, I'm like, okay, so it's probably gonna be smaller than this. Okay, it's not smaller than this. And for me, like when I say big, it's big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you eat a lot for like rice. I remember that.
Yeah, and this for like $7, this is like a giant super burrito. Well, it's not a burrito, it's a donair. So it's like a pita, giant super pita.
So I was watching Conan O'Brien when Flula Borg brought him to Germany, and they went to this pub and they ordered this something called slaughter plate. Have you heard of that? It was like just a plate of mixed meats.
Oh,
you didn't have anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay. I know you don't drink too, but did you go to any pubs to like check out the environment?
Yeah, well, we got a drink at what you call it? I don't remember the name, but it's like water and soda. Mm-hmm. Not water and soda. What am I saying? Beer and soda.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's like a little bit sweet, but it has like the beer in it. Mm-hmm. So it's like half beer, half soda, and that was pretty cool. That's pretty nice. I'd say like Aussie water, or I don't know the name.
Was there like any people just like doing drinking songs and stuff?
Any people drinking what?
Doing like drinking songs, like just pub party drinking songs?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
This was more like a restaurant than a pub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no. I think because Berlin felt like it was pretty international. Like there were a lot of tourists and people there.
Oh, okay.
So it was English speaking. And then after that, after I flew back, I was waiting at the airport for Hung and Steve. That's our mutual friend. Mm-hmm. Because they were visiting me that weekend as well, or after I got back.
But yeah, I heard the story about your 50-mile like bike ride.
50 kilometers, not 50 miles.
Well, I mean, I heard them say miles. Well, actually, no, Hung corrected to say kilometers. But I spoke with them separately, and I think Steve said miles.
Oh no, it's like 30-something miles.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. So what happened was we were in Gothenburg, where it's like a island south of Sweden, still part of Sweden, and we were on our like last day. We were only there for like 2 days or a day and a half. In the morning, we decided to rent a bike because he wanted to bike around and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we asked the guy like, hey, what kind of bike do you recommend? We're planning to go like off to this cave somewhere nearby. Do we need like a bike with like 7 gear or certain thing, or like 21 gear, that sort of thing? It's like, no, just a regular cruiser 3 gear bike is good enough. So we got the 3 gear bike, and he was like, oh yeah, it's pretty flat. So you'll be fine. So we were biking to like the cave in first place, and it's like, okay, we went up a super steep hill, and it's like, okay, that's not bad. That took a lot of us, but it's not bad. We're almost there. And then after we finished exploring the cave, we went to Steve wanted to check out like the fisherman village, a couple of miles down, or like 10 miles down or something. So we went for the 5-10 miles, and by that time we were, a lot of people were like, Steve, Hung was pretty tired around that time. And when we got off, we were just really tired. We were just like, it was a really long bike ride, and we're like, okay, now we have to bike our asses back because our ship is going to leave in like 4 hours. And we're like, oh my God. Oh, we're like, 4 hours. That should be more than enough time. But then it wasn't. We barely made it in time.
Yeah, I heard it was like you guys got to the ferry like 30 minutes before the ferry left.
Yeah. And Hung was pretty banged up from biking that much with his knee injury.
Yeah, I heard like there were lots of complaints about legs falling off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I guess Hung had a bad knee in the past, but where he never had to do this type of arduous task or exercise to this extent. So like when we got off, like he was like limping around.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like he like after we returned the bike, I had to give him like a shoulder just to make sure he doesn't collapse by accident.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad. It's not like a joking matter where it's like, weak sauce, but no, it's a serious medical care.
That would be funny if you're carrying.
So it's something to laugh at.
That would be funny if you're carrying him, and as you're carrying him, it was like weak sauce.
That's him. That's him telling me. But yeah, it was the bike ride overall. I think it wasn't worth it for the amount of things that we saw. Because we saw the cave, which was awesome. But we didn't. But we kept on biking, and it's just more like of seeing the field and farmland and that sort of thing. And that was cool and all, but after like 5-10 miles of it, you're like, okay, I don't need to look at the fields anymore.
Yeah, I heard that you guys went to like one place. I think it was the village maybe, and then or maybe just on the hill or something. And then you got there, and then you looked at it for 5 seconds, and you're like, we're good. And you continue going.
Yeah, so yeah, that was like the village. We got there, and we're like, okay, go with it. That's all there is here, which is like there's nothing to see.
Oh,
and
gosh.
then we decided, and then we headed back.
I mean, it's a good thing. Otherwise, you'd miss the ferry.
Yeah. I'm glad we had like a 3-4 hours time gap. And we're like, okay, we should make it back in like 2 hours probably, according to Google Maps.
Oh, so yeah, Google Maps is not accurate because I also used it in Japan, and every estimation of Google Maps is like ideal no stops. You know, like even for walking, it's like ideal certain miles per hour no stop. So I always like try to add like a half hour to every estimation it gave me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But let me stop there, because then that's pretty much all we did in Stockholm. Is just a whole bunch of we sightseeing in the island, and then we had a dinner at the Viking restaurant, and that was pretty much just Stockholm.
Oh, was the Viking one the one where like you go downwards like underground?
Yeah. You go down, and then you enter like a tavern, like a Viking tavern that you see in How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah,
I remember Hung sent a picture to our group. While you guys were there. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. The atmosphere is really nice. It's really expensive, but it's really nice.
Yeah, it reminds me of like, where was that? I think I went to some place called the Pink Door or something like that. It might have been in Seattle, and it kind of gave that vibe. Like from the pictures, it looked like that. It was like you enter through the side of a building through a door, but when you go in, then you realize you're on the second floor. Really, your entrance is the second floor, and you could overlook the balcony inside, looking down at all the tables, kind of like a Game of Thrones dining area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ours was kind of like almost like that, but it wasn't so much of a down thing. And they sat us up in. Normally, you see like those long tables, right? And normally you would be seated next to random strangers, so the idea is so that you would talk and interact with them. But then for us, we actually got like a seat for ourselves, but it was like above everybody else, so we weren't looking down on everybody.
So you guys were like royalty.
Yeah, we were like royalty. But there's only like 3 of us, but it was kind of nice though.
So you guys are like,
but then we couldn't talk to anybody else.
It's like you guys are the 3 kingdoms or something.
Yeah. So overall, it was pretty cool. I'm glad they got to enjoy it. I just showed them around my studio.
That's good.
And then, Tori, how was Japan?
It was amazing. I know I say that with so much enthusiasm.
I know that term because it's like you don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. It was, I guess, overwhelming is another way to say it. Did a lot of things. I think the key things that I remember, like not that I remember everything. Obviously, I didn't get hit in the head or anything, but the highlights I would say were Disney Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
I talked about a little bit about this last week, but it's like I think the highlight in Disney Sea was the Mermaid musical, Little Mermaid musical, where like Ariel was on wires the whole time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's like she's swimming above you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was it? Japanese?
Yeah. So it'd be like a bunch of like Japanese like lyrics, and then when you get to the chorus, there's like under the sea. I'm like, what the hell? And then
Did you sing along?
no, how can you?
Damn it. Under the sea.
Oh yeah, that part. I mean,
Yeah.
my fiance did, but
Oh, okay.
it's funny because you know how like the typical for us like the typical thought process of like when we hear like Japanese songs, we always like hear like you know and then one random like English word poison or something like that.
Yeah. That's what I imagined. That's why I asked, like, did you sing along?
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Under the sea. Do 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 do. Under the sea.
Yeah, and then they
Do
had,
do
like,
do 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 do. Yeah.
and then they had like kiss the girl, and obviously it was like the only English words were kiss the girl.
Yeah.
But they sang it more like with a Japanese accent. It was like kiss the girl instead of kiss the girl, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was, the big thing is that how immersive it was, and like Ariel was doing flips and then while singing and then floating towards people, touching their hands. I was like, what the heck is this, man? It's so crazy. The immersiveness of the design there was like crazy too. There was a ride, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it's similar to the Peter Pan ride at Disneyland where you're on like a suspended car. Have you been on the Peter Pan ride at Disneyland?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine that, but a little bigger car, but it's completely enclosed, and you look through things in windows, but the windows are like half domes, so it gives you the illusion that you're underwater. So that's pretty cool. There's another ride called Journey to the Center of the Earth. Talked about that last week too. It's pretty much like Splash Mountain on steroids. What else was there? What other cool key things were there? There was the Tower of Terror, and it was super cool storytelling about like an artifact that was like haunted and stuff, and then he would like cut your wires and stuff for your elevator.
How different is that from the regular one?
I didn't go on the regular one. I've never been on a free fall ride before. That was my first one.
Oh, okay.
Because I hate drops.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends told me, oh, you don't feel the drop in this one. And because he's done like parks all around the world because he's a theme park consultant. And,
okay.
And then I went on it and I'm like, you definitely feel the drop. Like, what the hell, man?
So how was it, Tony? Were you like scared? Like,
yes, because there's multiple drops, and after every single drop, I'm like, why is there another one? So,
oh yeah. And then
like,
you go back up and you go down again.
Yeah.
And you know what the last one is.
Yeah, I was like, why are we going up? No, I thought it was one drop. So, yeah. Never doing that again.
But no, now you have to go back to the California one.
Well,
and see if the storytelling is the same.
No, because the California one is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's right. They changed it.
Yeah. And the California one is known to be a more aggressive drop. So yeah, I couldn't even handle the less aggressive drop. I just hate free falls. Yeah, and I think I showed you videos, right, of the deer in Nara.
Yes, yeah. You were Nara. Yeah.
The deer were like bowing. Also went to the Digital Art Museum.
Where is that?
It's you know the where is it? Like southeast from Tokyo.
Okay.
It's closer to the water area. There's that whole thing you have to cross like a bridge to get to, and it's like this whole area that has like touristy activities to do. There's also Toyota's big center where you could see all their cars and like their new upcoming cars and test drive them. So it's around that area, and that's a new museum that opened in June, and it was so crazy, like so awesome. So it's like 2 floors of like a lot of open space, but like the art is digital like projections, and it's like moving and interactive. So let's say there's a projection of like a school of fish running around on the walls, right? You come and touch it, like you touch it, then the fish actually swim and avoid your hand.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And then there was this one of the rooms had you know how spotlights look like, right?
Yeah.
So this room was like cylinder room, and there were like maybe 10 to 20 rows, all 360 of the cylinder room full of spotlights, and then all the spotlights would shine towards the middle, but then like they do it in certain designs, and they go with the music. It's all choreographed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was really cool too.
That was part of like the
Same museum.
the museum or the digital art museum.
Yeah, same place.
Okay.
And then there was the lantern room, which is the one where you go in and it feels like you're in a room of infinite lanterns, like hanging lanterns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That one was pretty much the infinity mirror room. You know that room?
No, I know. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, so infinity mirror room is pretty much a room that you go into. It's and then there's like lights, but then the whole room is mirror everywhere. So it looks like you're in a room of infinite lights. This room is a bunch of lanterns, and it looks like you're in a room of infinite lanterns. And the lanterns also change color and stuff. It just looks really cool. Yeah, let's see.
What part of Japan did you visit again? Kyoto?
Osaka,
Nara.
Kyoto, Nara, Shinjuku, Tokyo. Way more places than I expected. Nara was last minute, by the way. Because then...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
we didn't plan that because we planned 3 days Osaka, 3 days Kyoto.
Yeah.
And then when the Kyoto's day started, then we realized we don't have anything to do in Kyoto except for one thing. So we're like, oh crap, what do we do the other 2 days? Then one of the other 2 days, we went to the Oyamazaki town to go to the Yamazaki distillery. And if people listen who drink a lot of whiskey, you'll know that Japanese whiskey, the top one is Yamazaki. So it was really cool to go there. And then the other day that we used was to go to Nara.
Okay, now that you're there, how many sushi places did you try?
I think only 3. So, one of them, the first place we went to was actually one of the small izakayas, and they had terrible sushi. Like they had sushi where I got the salmon and there were 3 bones in my salmon. Like, what the heck? Yeah. But the second place we went to was near where we were staying for Airbnb. It was like kind of like in a small downtown area near the train station, and that one was actually really good. It was like cheap. It was like maybe $30 US. And then the last,
you guys just one.
It was about 20 or 30 each person.
Okay.
But then the last place we went to, which was like a 2 Michelin star restaurant, for sushi, it was like $300 a person. And I mean, you know how I eat. You know that I go to Michelin star restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really like this place. So
Really?
I felt like it wasn't anything special. It was all like very standard fish, and it didn't seem like it was fresh. So I don't know, we just went on the off day. But I was very shocked because it was one of those places where there were only 6 seats in the whole restaurant, and you had to like book, 2 months in advance.
Yeah.
I was expecting way more. So I don't know. But yeah.
When you were in Osaka, did you go to the fish market?
No, we didn't do a fish market this time. So I think the next time we come back, we're going to do fish market.
Yeah, because then their food is like served fresh and all like, well, I don't know. I had like one like the rice bowl and it was just like amazing. Well, for me, anyways. I never eat a lot of fancy stuff, so I don't have anything compared to.
Well, over at the fish market, they do have like one of the top like sushi places called Sushi Dai.
Okay.
But we weren't able to make it because we were going to rely on the metro. And the metro starts at 5 a.m. But that place opens at 5. And from what we were told, you always have to wait starting at 3 a.m. waiting in line. Because there's only 5 seats available or something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could have just got a regular market instead.
Yeah, but I think that was the morning of, what was it? Disney? Was it Disney? I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think it was morning of Disney. So we were like, okay, we'll just wait and go to Disney. By the way, I was at Disney when the typhoon hit. So we had to leave early, and we had to buy a raincoat at Disney store.
How bad was the typhoon? How big was the typhoon?
It was enough to flood.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was enough to flood and destroy umbrellas. So
So the Little Mermaid was actually in real water, huh?
no, you know what's cool? Most of Disney Sea is enclosed, so you got to still
sea?
No.
Okay.
I wish it was, but yeah, it was mostly enclosed. Like the Agabara, is that how you say it? What's the Aladdin thing?
Agrabah?
Yeah, Agrabah. The Agrabah area was like the only place that was open, but everything else was like enclosed, so it was like nice. They didn't have to close a lot of rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you should check out Disney Sea if you ever get a chance to.
Yeah, next time I'll go back, I'll go to more of those places.
Yeah. If you go there, you'll never view Disneyland or California Adventure the same.
How much were tickets?
70-ish?
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, I know.
That's for one park, right?
Yeah, one part.
Did you go to both or just one?
We only had time for one because we came at 11 a.m. because we're like back and forth on whether we should go because of the typhoon. Yeah.
Still worth it.
Yeah, I was like, but we're going to die. And then I was like, but we're going to die happy. So, yeah.
I was going to ask you, did you try okonomiyaki?
Yes. I didn't know what that was. That was the first time I ever had it. And my fiance has had it for a long time. And she was just looking around for different places. And we tried it the first time. And then I was like, this is so good. And then we went to do something. And then I was like, can we go have it again? And she's like, okay. So we had it twice.
Amazing.
Yeah, we had it twice within like 3 hours.
Yeah, and it's supposedly like really cheap. It's pretty cheap to make, or easy to make, I guess. Supposedly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cheap too.
Yeah, I was like looking at it, I'm like, can we just make this here? Like, it just looks amazing and good, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we probably should describe to the listeners what that is if they don't know.
Go ahead, Tony. You could.
So it's like Japanese version of pizza, but it's made of like, is it cabbage?
Yeah, cabbage.
Yeah, so cabbage, shredded cabbage put together, and then they mix stuff in it. Could be different meats and stuff. It depends on what you order. Then they cook it on a tip-on grill, which is a flat grill. And then they just, I think it's mayo or cheese or something that uses that they use to make it like stick together. And it's like just a round, flat cabbage-ish pizza.
Yeah, it looks like a pancake.
Yeah, like a pancake / pizza. But it's like super good, and it's like healthy if you think about it too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's quite a variety of it. I was going to ask you something else. I noticed that when you messaged me when you came back, and you're like, oh, I found out there's a book off. So I see you've been to book off and know how great it is.
No, I actually have not gone in.
Really?
No, because every time we were going somewhere, I would book off is at every train station, right? Yeah. So, but every time we use the train station, we're on a time schedule. So we never get to stop and go in.
Okay. Did you go to the one in Orange County?
No, I saw it, and then I saw the store next door called Tokyo Metro, and I went in there instead.
Okay. Why? Why?
Because I was like, I want to see like a full-on Japanese store. So I went to Tokyo Metro to see if they had the stuff that, we bought in Japan, and they did. It was basically like a mini Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't go into Book Off. I saw the stuff from the outside, though.
Okay.
So it's a lot of
but listeners who don't know what Book Off is, it's pretty much just like a secondhand store, but it has a lot of cheap stuff from video games to books to figurines. And that's when I was in Japan, I bought a lot from those places, and because they were super cheap, like $2 cheap, $1 to $2 cheap, and they were like pretty good size. I think that the most expensive thing I bought was figures. I figure I bought was like $20, but that was like on the expensive side. And I only bought one. On average, my price range was around $5-ish, $5 to $7 each figure. Man,
I should have gone. The thing is that even if I went, I couldn't buy anything because I didn't have any more space because of the claw machine stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you limit yourself by not having that space.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that was
you told me you would come back with the whole store.
yeah, that was by design. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because when I went, I wasn't planning to buy anything. I brought like an extra duffel bag that's just I had in my bag, but never unfolded until like I found out about how cheap the prices were.
Oh, I had a duffel bag, but I just
yeah,
I
You
purposely
can't
didn't
eat
use it.
there. But you bought other stuff before then, right?
No, I didn't use a duffel bag. I purposely did not want to use it.
Oh, okay. Good for you, Tony. Good for you. I had no self-control after that.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to Book Off because I'm pretty sure I would find things I'd want.
Yeah.
I was
You buy it up.
well. The thing is, I didn't go to Book Off, and partially because of no time, but the other part of it was because I was already in a lot of the other stores and even claw machine places, and I was like, "There's nothing here that I would actually want," you know. Even the Dragon Ball Z figures, like I actually had to try to justify playing the game that I wanted the figure, even though I really didn't. Mostly because my fiance, she was like, "You should play something for yourself," and I was like, "But I don't want anything. Like nothing there, nothing at the claw machines enticed me to want the item to play it." And the only ones I played were the ones that were Disney figurines for her, you know. But like, I don't know, I just felt like the figurines there were not good. So then in my mind, so that's one part. And then and the other thing is that for the figurines that are good, I was at freaking Tamashi Nation, and the figurines that are good are either sold out or way too costly.
Yeah.
So then it just kind of put me off from even trying to go to Book Off.
Oh, yeah, no. Because Book Off is where you get the cheap ones.
Yeah, and I don't know what their selection is, so it could have been something I liked too.
Yeah, every store is different. That's why I went to a lot. Like my tourist attraction was going to all the Book Offs.
So I just go to every metro station.
I went to a lot of stations, Tony.
Oh, okay.
I went to like 10 plus Book Offs.
Wow. Maybe I should go to the one here. Because I do want to go back to that Tokyo Metro place. And because it has a lot of stuff I want to get that I only got in Japan before. And Book Off is Book Off is right there, right next to it, in the same plaza. Yeah,
I know the area you're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like that whole plaza is all Japan related.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
I was going to ask you something else. I guess did you go do the Mario Kart on the street thing?
No, I didn't get an international license.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're also, Nintendo sent a cease and desist.
Oh, what?
Nintendo sent a cease desist letter to them.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, so they're going to have to close down soon.
That's why I was like, you should have just gone.
No, it's okay. I'd probably be
too... It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but I'd probably be more like Toad, where I'm like anxious about it the whole time. I probably dress as Toad. So, actually like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh, just anxious the whole time.
Well, I guess that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. I don't really have any other questions for you.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can move on to the news. All right. So, in the news, I think there's only two things I kind of want to talk about. One of them is about James Gunn. You remember our discussion about James Gunn before? How, like, Disney fired him for things that he said.
Oh.
Yeah. So DC, Warner Brothers, just hired him to write the next Suicide Squad movie.
Are you excited for that, or how are you feeling for that?
I'm excited, actually, because I'm like, okay, good. Like, there's a company out there that's going to hire him and not punish him for something that was, like, you know, something he already acknowledged and apologized for. That was, like, way back before his career started, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, and the nice thing is, like, it's kind of like DC sticking to, like, it's like sticking to it and then, like, kind of like giving, like, the screw you Disney kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like treating people with respect, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's nice. And the other thing too is Suicide Squad is like a bunch of misfits that band together to be like a team. And and they're like also a weird group that, you know, no one really knows too much about. And that actually fits because James Gunn, like, come on, James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a band of misfits that come together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully this is a good thing. I don't know if he's directing. There's no like word about that yet, but it's just that he's writing the script at least. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about it?
I mean, if it's like in the past, like way past, there's not much we can do. I do like the idea of him getting hired and sticking it to Disney because Disney is just too big right now.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like if how he'll progress. Like either it'll just be script writing or if it's going to be directing as well.
Yeah, I really hope he directs too because I want to see his vision for Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other news item is kind of a little old news now, but I think it's worth talking about because we didn't talk about it with Lamb last week. Is the whole thing about Telltale. So by now, most people know Telltale was they laid off everybody with no severance pay. By now, maybe a lot of people heard that companies that Telltale was trying to find funding so that they can complete their projects. And I don't know if you heard about this, but there's no like guarantee about rehiring the people. And what else was there? But the other cool thing was that all the other gaming companies actually reach out to the former Telltale employees, like a good number of them, to offer them jobs or like at least tell them to apply. So what are your thoughts? Because you're actually in the gaming industry, so I just want to hear what you think about it.
The gaming industry, or the industry overall, has been really close. Like the moment Telltale has come in, or news spread, everybody's just been really supportive. It's kind of like the thoughts and prayers sort of thing, where they actually do something about it. Mm-hmm. Like they were actually like, okay, contact me if you need a job, if you need help. I'll try to talk to my manager and that sort of thing, and then we'll try to get you a job somewhere to in the times of need. So I think it's really cool that they're very proactive in that sense. I also don't like the way that Telltale handled it in terms of like, we fired everybody. Oh, we hear like you want. Then there's like complaint about like, oh, what about people who had season pass? Well, what happened to them? Like that thing. And then Telltale is more like, oh, okay, well, we'll still get it done for you, and then we'll hire or we'll outsource or something. We'll get it done eventually. So don't worry about that. And I think it's like a lot of people might not understand that it's like, okay, well, it's not going to be the same people. Yeah. They're going to hire somebody else. And two, they just said they just cut people, or they just fired everybody without paying them. So logically, they shouldn't have money if it's like a bankrupt thing or a financial thing. Because it's like, well, if you're going to have money to hire new people, pay off the people that you fired off first before you do anything else. So then that's kind of just like a big contradiction in my book, where you like cut them off and say, oh, so we don't have money to pay you, and you go hire somebody else to do your work.
Yeah, and I don't know like how much you know about like the specific people in there, but like some people would come in, like it was all like sudden, like they would be coming into work and staying late, like, you know, that evening until like 2 a.m. whatever, and then the next morning they come in and they're like, oh, clean out your desk. And,
I heard about that. I read about that, where it's just like there was like people saw signs, but they didn't know when it was coming. And then it was just like the next day you come in, it's like, clean out your desk. Yeah. We're out.
Yeah. And it was like, what else was there about that? It was, oh shoot, I forgot. Oh, so they, like what you said, they just let everyone go, and then like they didn't pay them their severance pay. And I think I don't know. I think it seems like it's like a loophole that they did. So they could say like, oh, the company is closing, whatever. And then so that they can let people go, so that they can later on rehire with a different excuse. And, you know, and then get cheaper labor. I don't know. I mean, that's actually how I feel also about the Toys R Us thing. Like, do you know about that recently?
No, I didn't actually.
So you know how Toys R Us closed down, right?
Okay.
So that was just a few months ago, like what, 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And then they canceled their bankruptcy. They canceled they're shutting down completely, and they got more investors, and then now they're reopening under a rebranded name called Jeffrey's Toy Box. And yeah, and then it's like, and same thing. They didn't pay severance to like 75% of their workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude, like what the hell? And and then so people also don't have severance from Toys R Us, and now they're reopening, rebranding. And what was that? And then they were trying to play it off in marketing that Jeffrey the giraffe was just on vacation, and now he's back. And I get that that's cute and everything, but when you kind of think about it, him being on vacation costed people their jobs and lives.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's almost like making light of the fact.
Yeah, and I think like there was an article I sent you a while back about the Telltales, and how like there's been debate. There's been like comments and stuff about the whole situation. Mm-hmm. How like some comments were very supportive of the employees that got laid off, and then some comments were saying stuff like, "What they should the people should just come back and work on the game and get it done for free, because like there's people out there that does like mod and stuff, and they do it for free." I'm just like,
what?
Okay, I guess, but no. These people like train their lives in it. They're not gonna do it for free. You could do it as a hobby, as they want for the game, but they're still trying to break into the industry.
Yeah, mods are mods for a reason. Mods are user made for people who have time and want to do it. Yeah, that's not people who do it that it's their career. You know? Yeah. Like,
so they made light of the fact that it's like, okay, well, it's a mod, like they should want to do it because it's their game. I'm like, no, it's not.
I'm sure they want to do it, but they want to get paid too, you know?
Yeah. Like I'm sure like those people that do the mods, they might do it for free, but they have other jobs. Yeah. These guys just got fired and just like, oh, well, just walk back in and finish it for the people. I was like, no, I don't think that's how it works.
No, even like, you know, the actors who come back to shows for the fans, they don't do it for free. They still get paid somewhat, you know? Yeah. If it's for the fans, they still get paid, you know?
Yeah, because it's more like if they fired you and you come back and you do it for free, that just shows that you can be exploited. And that means like that's how like cheap labor is created.
Yeah, exactly.
And free labor.
And it gets the employers to feel like that's how you value yourself.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how business should be ran.
Yeah. So it's like, just get all these people who want to do it for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like saying somebody that was fired from like McDonald's, and you see on the street, like, hey, get back in there and make me a burger for free.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm a customer and I deserve it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, you want to solve world hunger? Then go back in there and make like a burger for me because I'm hungry. You know, like it's like that logic. Yeah,
like I mean, like sure, in a perfect world, of course, but then in the world where money is such a key thing, and especially in the U.S. society where it's a major thing, it's not going to work out as well, and people will die.
Yeah, yeah. So on that note, let's move on to something more happy.
Yes.
So we'll move on to the topic. So
topic of the episode.
So the topic was suggested by the Talking Crass podcast, which is a great podcast about movies, by the way. So if you guys want to hear a movie podcast where two random dudes, actually they're not random, they know each other, but random to us, just talk about movies and review movies that came out. I just listened to their review of Venom, so it was pretty cool. Really funny podcast, so check them out. And they suggested that we talk about today like scary stuff in video games.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I guess I could start because I play a good number of horror games. I think the scariest game for me was probably Fatal Frame, like the Fatal Frame series, in particular Fatal Frame 2. So do you know that game?
No, I'm not familiar with that at all.
So you know how most games when there's like enemies that are zombies and stuff like that, you always have like some kind of weapon?
Okay.
In this game, you have a camera and that's it. and your camera is supposed to capture their souls, but you can only see them through your camera. Sometimes they'll show without seeing in the camera, but mostly just the camera. And you're pretty much going around and you're trying to capture these ghosts through your camera by taking pictures. The gameplay is third person, but when you're in camera mode, it's first person. So,
it's interesting.
Yeah, and it is this like scary. This is really scary. Like on the PlayStation 2 was when I played it, and I remember just like starting off, like the first 5-minute part of the game, like you walk through different scenes, and you know how like Resident Evil is, where like camera angles with like they would cut to a different camera angle while you play.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing, and then they cut this camera angle. And then the camera angle it cut to was me, my character walking from the left side going to the right side. Okay?
Okay.
And as I'm walking through, as I'm passing through, then I realize, like in the background, like looking just in the background behind the wooden Japanese doors where it's like vertical columns, it was like the girl from The Ring just standing there, just like staring.
Jeez.
And I didn't notice that. It's one of those things that are just there, but once you notice it, it's like, you know those memes where like, when you notice it, you'll like crap bricks or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty much that. And I was like, holy crap. Okay. Then I stopped playing for a while after those 5 minutes. and then played again for a little bit. And then it's scary too, because when you're in camera mode, the spirits appear and disappear, but they appear and disappear randomly. So it's also pretty scary too, because you don't know when they come.
Yeah. That sounds kind of cool though.
Yeah. Very unique concept at the time. I don't think there was any other horror game that didn't allow you to have an actual attacking weapon. So, yeah. So, what about you? Any scary moments or scary games?
It's hard because I don't really play scary games.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my scary moment would be like when I'm playing the Nintendo and playing Mega Man or something, and then or like just any Nintendo game, and I didn't save yet.
Oh.
And it crashed. I had to no, and then start over, and you blow on the stupid cartridge over and over again.
Yeah, you know those old SNES cartridges? They had a battery in them.
They had batteries?
Yeah, that's how they kept the save memory in it.
Oh.
So people who have those games and still have them and try to play them again now, if the battery died, you lost all your saves.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. So, really? That was the only scary moment you have with his losing
like,
your
I don't
save?
really play, like, I guess, like, okay, let me try to think really hard. I guess, like, scary moments would be, I'm going to generalize it because all of them are pretty the same. I think it's like Doom 3 or something.
Oh yeah, Doom 3
One
was
of the
scary.
remade one. Back in like 2004 or 5. And it was more like that was when I was playing a lot of FPS and the graphics were really nice and it had a lot of ambient. And the first, it was one of those jump scare.
Yeah.
Where you're just walking in and it's like all dark and you're immersed in it. And all of a sudden, like, it pops, something breaks out of the wall on the side and you're like, what the fuck? What's that? Yeah, it was one of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those things happen a lot in like Doom, Unreal, a lot of Quake.
Did you play Left 4 Dead?
No, I haven't played Left 4 Dead.
Oh, okay. Because
I stopped playing.
Left 4 Dead was similar. It was good. Actually, it was a very good co-op game, and it had like those scary moments that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But it also had this. So there was this thing in Left 4 Dead. It's called the Witch, and she pretty much every time you see her, it's a recurring like semi-boss character. Every time you see her, she's just kneeling on the floor and then rocking back and forth and just crying, like weeping, you know. And then if you get a little too close to her, she notices you. Then she stands up and she speeds towards you. And then, and then the music becomes like shrieking noises. And then, yeah, it's really crazy. And then the whole team has to like shoot her because she has like a super large amount of health. So,
Speaking of which, actually, I think there is another one, but this might ruin it for people. When I was playing We Were Here, there was this, it's like a puzzle game that's kind of like escape room-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with Tana, and in the beginning, he was scared because of this, but I didn't know why. And then we played reverse, where I would be the person giving hints or something instead of
Mm-hmm.
no, I would be the person. Yeah, I would be the person moving things around instead of giving hints or giving instructions. But anyways, the setting was like we were in a play, like a theater, and you had to move the sets and props onto the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I was just doing things, checking things, checking like what crank does what button does what for the set, and all of a sudden like it was all normal until like you see like this witch ghoul-ish thing. It's kind of like it's like a wraith, I guess, if you're familiar with that. It's like a Grim Reaper floating.
A scythe?
A wraith. WRIGT.
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Okay, but anyways, it's like that. Just imagine the Lord of the Rings, when the first one where like there's like the guys in hoods, but then they're floating towards you, and I just kind of like freaked out a bit at first. I was like, oh my god, what's that? What's that coming towards me? And I thought it was coming like really fast, but then I took a second look and it was just like coming by really slow.
Oh.
Because it's kind of like a timer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, oh, okay. But then it actually picked up later on as like you were trying to finish the puzzle really fast, but it's coming really close.
Mm-hmm.
And after like the second time, it's like, okay. But then I didn't make it the first time, so it got me. But then after the second time, it's like, okay, now I know what you are. You're not scary anymore.
Oh. So yeah, it's kind of fear of the unknown, I guess.
Yeah. Because it's just like an ominous being slowly coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I don't know what to do to escape. I see it coming slowly.
Yeah. I feel like the way you're describing it to me, I feel like I've experienced this in real life.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, no, like, I just don't remember what it was. But it was something coming at me and I was like freaked out. And then when it got closer, I'm like, oh, that's what it is. I don't remember what it was. Huh. Maybe I blocked it out of my memory. Huh. Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's better that way for you.
Yeah. It's better that way.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other scary things are there? Yeah, the lost save thing is actually pretty scary. What else? Man, I can't think right now. Okay, I'm going to go back to thinking about scary games.
Yeah.
I played a lot of scary games. One was called The Suffering. That was pretty scary. Not too scary. I played Silent Hill. It was just creepy.
What about Dead Space?
I did not play that. I heard it's really
I don't know
good.
if it's... I heard it's really good too. I heard it's scary.
Yeah. Actually, now thinking about Silent Hill, there was one called The Room. Silent Hill 4, I think. And I think the things I remember from that game is you're in this bathroom, like in your apartment, and your bathroom has this like hole in the wall, and you have to crawl through it and to go to a different world. But every single time you go through it, it's not just a portal like that sends you to a different world. You actually switch to first person mode, and you have to press forward to crawl through it, and it would be like a 10-second crawling through where all you can do is crawl forward or backward. That's it. But the fact that it's there is just creepy, you know? And then it's also weird because every time you come back in that room over the course of the game, spoilers, but over the course of the game, that hole in the wall gets larger and larger and larger, and it becomes a giant eyeball.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's just like the game itself just becomes super weird, and there's organs everywhere, and yeah, and the only weapon you really have is like a metal pipe. And it's a very slow fighting, I guess, on purpose, so to make you more scared. And then the theme song is really creepy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what other scary games I played. What scary games? I want to play Resident Evil in VR because I heard.
Oh, the 7?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, remember? There's a game called PT. And it was supposed to be...
Oh, yeah, the Silent Hill thing, that prototype, right?
Yeah, that thing was super, super scary. That was, like, super scary. It's like, you play it, you're just in this house, and then you go from the entrance to, like, the exit, but then it loops over and over. And every time it loops, something else creepy happens. There was like one time you go back through it and then you notice one of the doors is like slightly hinged open, and then you go close to it to close it, and then right before you close it, like a girl that looks like the one from The Ring would just suddenly come up, put their arm out, and close it.
Yep.
Like it was just like, what the heck? What was that? So, and then suddenly you go through the family room, and then you see this fridge hanging from the ceiling with blood dripping out of it, just like out of nowhere, like on one of the repeats that you go through. And then sometimes you see like a ghost lady next to the fridge floating there. It's just like super creepy. Hard to explain. Yeah. Sucks that it's hard to even play that game anymore.
Yeah. Do you enjoy playing those scary games, Tony?
I do, but it's hard for me to play now because I used to play and my old roommate would watch me play because she likes like scary movies and stuff like that. But like my fiance does not like that stuff.
Okay.
So if I play, it's like by myself, and I'm like less likely to play. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else there is. Anything from you?
Nope. I rarely play.
Okay. I guess we can move on. Let's move on to the mailbag.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail.
Give me the question. Let me pull it up. So last week the question was, what's your favorite game genre and what's your favorite game in that genre?
I think I prefer action RPG, and for me that would be Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana?
Yeah, Secret of Mana. That one is pretty fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am trying to find the answers from last week. So Judge Greg, host of the Real Hero Talk and managing editor for Enthusiasts and co-host of the Gamers Without Borders, he says superhero action adventure, and his favorite is Batman Arkham Asylum. Let's see. And John Layola, host of One Track Punk Show and co-host of One Track Gamers, Corey and Amanda, his favorite genre is action adventure, which is like Uncharted or Tomb Raider style, but his favorite game is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay.
And then the Monster Closet podcast says third-person action adventure and The Witcher 3. And then Sword Chomp says, I personally love any games involving strategy or puzzles such as StarCraft, Fire Emblem, Celeste, and Into the Breach, and etc. Yeah, cool. All right, do you have any question for this week?
If you were to take a picture of 3 things that describe your life, what would it be?
What the heck, man? Okay.
I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to make it up.
Okay. If you could take a picture of 3 things that represent your life, what would it be? I would choose...
Or I guess like who you are and that sort of thing. Doesn't have to be like your complete life.
Okay. I would choose, I think, a deck of cards on a piano as one of them.
Okay.
The other one would be a microphone next to a bottle of pills. I
don't know what comes in.
What was that?
I don't understand the microphone where that comes in.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you after because I realize I have to explain this because it sounds bad. And then, I don't know what the third one would be. What would the third one be? A lock.
I was going to say, is it a lock and a key?
Yeah.
A key or no lock?
Yeah. So to explain, the cards of piano, cards have to do with magic, and piano has to do with my music background.
Yeah. I got that.
Microphone and pills. The pills have to do with my pharmacy career, and the microphone is podcasting. Okay,
I was leaning towards that, but that was like a little bit iffy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is I am launching a pharmacy podcast. So that is actually launching in 2 weeks. And then the lock is my escape room stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The pill and the microphone. If you like come in, like if somebody just comes in and see the picture, they would have so many questions.
I know. Yeah, I was just thinking, how can you? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
What if the microphone was a pill bottle?
That's still like questionable, but
Okay,
less questionable than a pill and a microphone.
I guess so.
When they start questioning about you, what you were. When it's like, why does he have pills and a microphone?
Yeah,
Does he need pills to karaoke? Is it to sing or yell?
it's like that Adderall keeps me focused.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. I think one is a bowl of rice.
Yeah,
Filled
okay.
with rice. Other one is just a stack of sheet of paper and a pencil or pen, whatever,
That's good.
and with like a stick figure in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That one's hard. I think the last one is just gonna be a pile of random craft material.
I thought you were going to say a pile of random crap.
No. I mean, essentially, it's just like a pile of crap,
Okay.
but not literal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
So the bowl rice is the obvious reason of I like rice.
Mm-hmm.
The stack of sheet paper and pencil or writing utensil is because I am an animator.
Mm-hmm.
So drawing sheets of paper. The last one, this is really random, I guess, but it's more like the random craft stuff is just because I enjoy doing crafting
Mm-hmm.
or art and craft. But it's
Okay.
just a whole bunch of objects. So I thought about having a whole bunch of just random assortment because it's just to portray randomness.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys can tweet us your answers. All right. So we'll move on to game time. I was thinking like we should, the game Heads Up, right?
Yep.
I feel like we could do that on this. Like I just look at it on my end and then I give you the clues and you answer. It's like
Okay,
basically
wait.
taboo. Huh?
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go continue.
So I'm like actually holding my own phone towards me and then I give you the clues for the words and you try to figure out what the word is.
Wait. So what is the rule? So for listeners to know.
It's I get a list of things and I have to give clues to Kwok and I can use any clues that I want and then he has to guess what that word is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you
Is
have
that taboo?
it's pretty much taboo without the limitations.
Okay. Because when you say heads up, I was thinking of like heads up 7-Up.
With two people.
I was thinking like that. Is it you, Tony, that touched my thumb? Because that's scary.
I know, right? Like all the way from here. That's the scariest moment.
Yeah. So for listeners who are not familiar with that game that I mentioned, Heads Up 7-Up was a game played in elementary school for us, where you put your head. All the kids put their heads down, and there would be like a few people that are it. They would go around and touch each person's thumb, random people's thumb, and then they put the head up. Whoever had their thumb touched sounds so dirty. They would try to guess who touched their thumb. So it would be like, oh, is it person A? Or if they got it right, then they get to be it and do that thing.
Yeah,
but,
it's not exactly a good game to play nowadays with the Me Too movement and everything. Yeah. It's just those old games that kids played, and then like over time it became not good. So yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. So, do you actually have a list of games or game concepts, or just things that you can say? Because I could, I could
words, I guess.
Yeah, because I could do a round first, and then you could kind of hear what I'm doing.
Okay. Is there a certain theme or anything, or?
I'm just doing video games. I mean, any theme you want. Like, let me list the categories: movies, impressions, TV shows, blockbuster flicks, music, hits of today.
Okay.
Yeah, or video games, stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I have like the actual app on my thing, so I could use their thing.
oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna use video games for.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm setting mine as 2 minutes. So, all right, you ready?
Okay,
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, Nathan Drake stars in this game.
Uncharted.
Yes. What the heck is this? Can I pass?
No.
Okay, I'm breaking it down. The first word is like a bee where you try to. It's a competition. A competition. A blank bee.
Spelling.
Okay, now first part of that, and then the last part of it is when something is what was that? Why don't you take me to blank town? Why don't you wait?
Spell funky. Spell funk. Funky town?
Close enough. It was Spelunky, but okay.
Spelunking. Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is. Okay, this game is made by the Halo creators, but it's like massive multiplayer kind of.
Destiny.
Yes. This is an RPG with big mech robots. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? It's an RPG.
Okay.
And no, it's not. It's the warrior princess. What's her name?
Xenogear.
Yes. Okay. This game you shoot aliens in Alien Wars.
Contra. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. This is Samus Aran. Samus Aran.
Metroid.
But
Super Metroid.
Yes. Okay. How about time travel? Liam's favorite game.
Chrono Trigger.
Yes. This is an RPG. The first part of it is the name of Sonic's sidekick.
Tailspin. Oh, tail.
Okay, and then it's the second part of it is like
Tail
a type
Symphonia?
of. Yes, I don't know that game, but you do. Okay. This was on the Dreamcast. It's kind of like a rollerblading game, but then there's like music stuff. Where do you listen to music when you're in the car? It's on the what? What do you listen to?
What do I listen to? Radio.
Okay, what's the name of the... time's up.
Okay.
That last one was Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio. I don't know that band.
Oh, okay. It was a Dreamcast game. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're doing video games? Let me see.
Yeah, let me see how many you got. You got 8. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right.
Okay, you're going to get a bunch of random ones.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if I could do this. Believe in the heart of the cards.
Okay, how long is the timer?
2 minutes.
Okay, let me set it up. Timer.
This game goes by a lot faster than our 20 questions game.
Yeah. This is a game we played last time, right?
What was that?
This is a game we played last time?
Yeah, but we had like limiting factors on it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me pull this to here.
Yeah, I feel like it's more fun with less limiting factors, but less time.
Okay, you ready, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
This is also another word for 2 weeks.
Bi-weekly?
No. It's a video game. It's a most recent one where it's like it's a massive multiplayer. That's a shooter that came out on the Switch as well.
Skyrim.
That was a shooter.
A shooter?
Okay. When you're kids, you build this
Lego buildings.
with blankets and chairs and all that pillows.
Fortnite.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ready. Blank.
Player 1.
Okay, that's the first part.
Player 2.
When you were just talking about like something scary, we are afraid of the
Dark. Player dark.
No. Something that you do
Save.
not. When you don't understand something, it is
unknown. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it's a shooter game that has a lot of there's a lot of series about it.
Call of Duty.
Something you do with it. What was that?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Let me see. Would you go underground like back in the days with a canary?
Railroad? What? Canary? What the hell?
Canary. You go
subway.
No, canary. They die if they run out of air. Where is that?
Underground tunnels. Tunnel.
It's not yours, but it's
Minecraft.
Okay. It's about history and killers, different time era. That Lamb's like. Oh,
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross.
No, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. Yeah. That's very good clues that I failed to acknowledge.
You have 4.
Okay.
It was hard to get. I was like, the hell? Player unknown. PUBG. How do I say PUBG?
I know. Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to go one more round and I'm going to shorten it to 1 minute.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do 1 minute and then same category. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Pikachu.
Pokemon.
Okay. Your favorite game.
Mega Man.
Okay.
X.
This is a game that's like Scrabble but on the phone.
Words with Friends.
Yeah. This is a game where you swing across a river on the Atari.
Oh my god. It was like jungle something.
No, there's that level on Mortal Kombat where you knock them down into spikes.
Pitfall.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna skip this because it's Spelunky again. This is there's a lot of series about shooting stuff that you said
Call
to
of
me.
Duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Medal of Honor.
No, you're right. Okay, this one is a crime in which you take a car.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Okay. This is a stupid lawyer game.
Ace. Oh my god, what is it called? Ace something, right?
The bird that comes back to life.
Phoenix Wright.
Yeah. Okay. Time's up. The last one was Dark Souls.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. This will be hard.
Man, you got like 7 already on that one.
Huh?
You got 7 on that last round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Okay.
good hints.
Go ahead.
We're doing 1 minute, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Okay, bye. Alright, let's see. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me figure out. Okay. Venom's enemy.
Spider-Man.
Okay. Wild West game that's coming out.
Red
There's a
Dead
new version
Redemption?
coming out as well.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yep. Soccer game.
FIFA.
Yep. Let me see. It's a bunch of Nintendo characters fighting.
Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros.
Yes. Okay. It's a racing game.
Ridge Racer. Gran Turismo.
No. That it sounds like a number.
What the heck?
That's less than 5.
Four. Forza.
Yes.
Okay.
When you time's up.
Oh gosh. Wait, give me
Okay,
a
we
clue.
got 5.
Give me the clue for that last one.
Okay. Wait, sorry, I need to have this slowly. When your friendship is breaking, is like on the verge of breaking, you guys are having a blank. You guys are blanking.
Oh, what?
Okay. I'm just gonna break it down. This is the easier one. Okay. When you have when you dream of stuff, what is something that gravity takes place helps you towards the ground? What is that called?
What the heck?
Okay, you jump from a plane.
Parachute?
What's that?
Parachute?
Oh no! What's that action called? Not from the plane, but the jumping from when you walk and you trip.
Fall?
And then okay, that's the first part.
Fallout. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was good. Okay, cool. All right. Well then. Okay, so let's move on to the final lap.
All right.
All right. Promo stuff. You guys can find us on social media. You find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. You have anything on your end?
Same group of friends. Hype Man Vince. That's his handle name on most social media. Also check out our friend Steve on the Mindful Builder at the mindfulbuilder.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also we're part of Lucid Connected Network, so check out that. And you can find other podcasts similar to us, or maybe not similar. If you like us, then they're similar. If you don't like us, then they're not similar.
just check them out.
Yeah, just check them out. But yeah, okay, until next time, no time for time travel. Signing off, Herdiger and Warp Speed. See ya.
Bye.
I love the power glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love I love the power of love.
No time for time travel.